Hey guys, today we're going to make a delicious rhubarb and chocolate dessert. It's a chocolate sorbet with poached rhubarb, a hazelnut crumble, a chocolate cremeux, a rhubarb and magnolia broth, and maybe my favorite tuille recipe so far. So, let's begin. First, the magnolia syrup. Start by removing the magnolia petals from the flowers. You need quite a lot, but the end result is so good. Once that's done, wash the petals to remove any bugs. After a couple of minutes, drain the water and dry the petals using a salad spinner. Then let them dry for 30 minutes in your oven or heat roll with just the fan on to remove as much excess water as possible. After that, weigh the magnolia and add a gram of sugar for every gram of magnolia petals. First, add a layer of sugar on the bottom of a preserving jar and then add a layer of magnolia. Now continue till you end up with a thick layer of sugar on top. Then press it down using a glass weight or just use a regular glass. Now close it up and keep it in your fridge for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, all the sugar has dissolved and it turns into a beautiful, thick and rich syrup. When it has happened, drain the syrup and use a spoon to press out all the syrup so you don't waste a single drop. Now you can keep it in your fridge for many weeks. Then the rhubarb broth. First, mix 300 grams of frozen rhubarb with 30 grams of sugar and cover it as tight as possible with plastic wrap. Now heat it on a double boiler on a low heat for 4 hours. After that, remove the wrap and let the liquid drain on a sieve that's lined with a kitchen paper. Do this in your fridge for a couple of hours so you don't waste a single drop. Once that's done, season the broth with the magnolia syrup. It's really a combination made in heaven. I do this on taste and not on recipe because the flavor of the syrup depends on how flavorful your magnolia flour is. Then for the chocolate cremeux. First, mix 100 grams of cream with 200 grams of milk, 40 grams of egg yolk, 20 grams of sugar, 10 grams of cornstarch and 1 empty vanilla pot. Now mix this well and then while stirring bring it to a boil. After that, turn off the heat and add 100 grams of dark chocolate. Mix it till the chocolate is dissolved and then pass it through a fine sieve. Now fill your desired mold and tap it a couple of times to remove any air bubbles. Then let it set in your freezer so you can unmold it, and once defrosted it has the perfect texture. Now for the lemon balm gel. First, pick enough leaves for 30 grams of leaves. Then lay the stems on a metal tray and dry them at 60 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, pour 300 grams of apple juice into a saucepan and also add 20 grams of sugar and 4 grams of agar powder. Mix this well and then bring it to a boil for 1 minute. Now transfer 30 grams of the lemon balm leaves into a bowl, and once the apple juice is boiling, you can pour it on the leaves. Make sure all the leaves are submerged and then let it cool down as fast as possible to prevent the leaves from turning brown. Then transfer it into a blender and blend it till smooth. Once it's smooth, transfer it into a piping bottle and keep it in your fridge for later. Then also transfer the dried lemon balm stems into a blender and blend it into a fine powder. Keep it dry and covered for later. Now for the hazelnut crumble. Transfer 100 grams of hazelnuts into a blender together with 100 grams of sugar and 70 grams of flour. Now blend it into a fine powder. Then add 100 grams of butter, 2 grams of flaky salt and 40 grams of melted white chocolate. Now blend it for another minute till it's a firm dough. Then transfer it on a tray that's lined with a silicone sheet and spread it. Now bake it at 160 degrees Celsius for around 25 minutes till golden brown. Mix it every 5 minutes to create a beautiful even crumble. Then the chocolate tuille. Mix 60 grams of egg white with 40 grams of sunflower oil, 10 grams of butter, 50 grams of sugar, 25 grams of flour and 25 grams of cocoa powder. Now blend it till smooth. Once it's smooth, spread it on a brunch tuille mold. This one is from Mold Brothers. Then bake it at 160 degrees Celsius for around 20 minutes. When the mold is still hot, remove the tuilles to prevent them from breaking. Then keep them dry and covered for later. Now for the rhubarb. Cut 250 grams of rhubarb in even pieces and lay them next to each other in a vacuum bag. Now also add 2 sprigs of lemon balm, the peel from a quarter of a lemon, 30 grams of ginger syrup, 20 grams of cane sugar and 50 grams of kava. Then vacuum it. After that, cook it sous vide at 70 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Once the rhubarb is cooked, let it cool down in some ice water. Be gentle so the rhubarb stays in perfect shape. Then portion it into the desired shape and keep it in your fridge for later. Now for the chocolate sorbet. Pour 560 grams of water into a saucepan together with 200 grams of sugar, 3 grams of salt and 75 grams of cocoa powder. Now mix it well, and then while stirring bring it to a boil for 2 minutes. Then turn off the heat and add 170 grams of dark chocolate. Mix it well till the chocolate is dissolved and then use a hand blender to emulsify the sorbet base. Now pour it into a bowl, cover it with foil and let it set in your fridge for at least 6 hours. Once set, pour it into an ice cream machine and turn it into a beautiful sorbet. The sorbet is super stable and also works great in a pacoyette. Now let's finish the dessert. First, place a frozen chocolate cremeux disc on a plate and gently place the portioned rhubarb around the cremeux. Then take the chocolate tuilles and dust some lemon balm powder on top. Also pipe a couple dots of the lemon balm gel on there and decorate it with some cherry blossom. Once the cremeux is defrosted, cover it with the hazelnut crumble and pipe some of the gel on top. Now cover the gel with some purple oxalis leaves and then place a quenelle of the chocolate sorbet in the middle. Then gently lay the chocolate tuile on top. After that, finish the dessert with the delicious rhubarb and magnolia broth. Okay guys, I am super happy with the dessert, especially the tuille. It looks incredible with the little blossoms on top. The powder of the lemon balm, I think it looks so realistic. It's super cool. The rhubarb, I love cooking rhubarb this way. It's so tender but still firm enough so that it holds its shape, and the flavor is incredible. And that in combination with the cremeux, with the delicious broth, with the magnolia syrup and that sorbet, yeah, I think it's a combination made in heaven. So let's just dig in. That's so good. Like I said, it's super fresh, but still very flavorful and very rich because of the chocolate. And that balances it out perfectly with that beautiful clear and pink and very delicious broth. Yeah, that's super good. I definitely hope you guys will try this one as well, because it is, yeah, let's just say it's fucking perfect. Okay guys, that's it for today. First of all, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please let me know in the comments on what you want to see next, and subscribe. Only 1,000 subscribers more and then we are at 100,000 subscribers. My biggest giveaway so far coming up then as well. So like I said, let me know in the comments on what you want to see next. Subscribe, like, share, the whole shebang, and as always, bon appetit.